Fate and destiny are close woven within us, and near them can be found the true genius of our lives. Genius refers to the inborn spirit and innate style of each person, the spirit that is already there. The word genius comes from the North African word genie, which means the spirit that's already there. So part of one's fate and eventually one's destiny is that each soul enters the world with its own genius. The modern interpretation is genius is anyone with an IQ over 130, I think, which begins to exclude a whole lot of people. The old idea of genius is everybody has one. Everybody is naturally a genius in some way, in their way. Genius is part of how someone's life is styled. And when we live in the style of our own soul, we produce, we display, and we reveal our genius. And one of the meanings of destiny is to be seen standing with your genius. And so that's one of the great satisfactions. In ancient Greece, this is somewhere in the book, the word for happiness is eudaimonia. Eudaimonia. Daimon is the Greek word for genius. The daimon is the genius born with us. Happiness is eudaimonia. In other words, we're most happy when we make the genius we were born with happy. When we fulfill our destiny, we find the greatest happiness because the genius in us is fulfilled. The natural genius in us protects and reminds us of the innate gifts we carry and of a primary agreement our souls have made to deliver those gifts to the world. There's a chapter in the book where I take this story from Africa, love this little story, which talks about how the soul begins to move towards the world with a purpose and with gifts, but just before being born, because of something that's explained in the story, it forgets why it's coming to the world. So we have a purpose, but in order to take on a body, we have to forget why we came. So then we're born into a family, that didn't expect us. They were hoping for something else, usually. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm talking about my family, and so then they try to turn us into what they thought they needed, and then school continues that process, and culture does that. And in the meantime, inside us is this genius waiting to be called into the game, called into play, and waiting to be recognized. We'll get to that later.